Konami Studios. So this is Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis. Yeah, that's a pretty big title. Not too big though, I think it works for the most part. I was hesitant on doing a review of this one just because I'm like, do I really want to get into like the side stories in death metal? But then I was like, you know, this is hardly a side story. Like, a lot happens in here that we know is going to happen going forward in death metal, and it's going to be kind of important because I think even Scott Snyder said it in some interviews or some videos where he's like, yeah, this one, characters in this one are coming into the next issue. So I'm like, yeah, we'll talk about it. We could have fun with it. It was pretty good, honestly. I've been very hesitant on death metal itself. I understand what it is. It's a fun joyride through the DC multiverse where we're seeing our different versions of characters. But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of hope it's a little more than what it is. I'm not saying it's bad. I can completely get on board with your B-list action movie scenario where everything's over the top and dramatic. I love Sharknado, so I can get on board with that. But I think it was kind of presented to be something that's going to be very impactful and big, so just kind of having like a simple story, it's okay. So this one is kind of like, here's our plan of attack. We are going to sneak into Castle Bat and do all the things we need to do there to take them down. And it's kind of cool. Like, I think it was an interesting story. So we're going to take the Trinity, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman are going to come with us, Swamp Thing's going to come with us, Jonah Hex, and we're going to take Harley Quinn, which I'm like, okay. Everyone else is kind of just going to like stay in the background and do certain other things to help out later. So it's like, okay, that's fine. And we're going to take Jarro, because Jarro was in the last issue, and he's going to come in and help just kind of like control the mind of Castle Bat. We have like an amplified jar for him to go inside that can work on that. So okay, I'm on board. You got me sold. Let's have fun with this. There's some great moments leading up to actually getting into Castle Bat, where we see Jonah Hex and Harley Quinn are kind of have a conversation like, we're here because we're expendable, and if something bad happens, we're the ones that could go. I'm already dead. You're not really a hero. Jonah Hex kind of gives her a nice comment like, you know, if this is your first time being a hero, you're doing pretty damn good at it there, darling. So that's pretty nice. That was cool. And Swamp Thing has a really nice moment where in order to kind of get inside without being detected, he kind of like hones in on some certain aspects of the green. He controls it, and then now he is able to like be bigger and badder and just like take the rest of the green, all the life force that's left in the green. It comes into him now. So now there's like a big badass Swamp Thing ready to attack, which I think is pretty cool. We're probably going to see the end of Swamp Thing. Pretty certain we'll get that moment, which of course we will. Why wouldn't we? So we all sneak in there. Everything's going well. Jarro's plan is he's going to amplify his powers, take control of Castle Bat, and do that while we're at it. We do get a vision that the Batman Who Laughs is still chasing our Speed Force runners, so we'll see that when Speed Metal comes out, which will be pretty fun, I think. It's kind of, I'm liking that, actually. I think it's really cool. You're doing something with Wally that he should be doing, and that's running, not being Dr. Manhattan. So, okay, I'm on board. I'm good with that. I think that's kind of interesting. So we get into the Castle Bat, and we meet again Barbatos. Yeah, you guys remember him? Hey, he's fine. I mean, I have nothing against it, a big dragon like bat thing. Sure, I'm on board. You got me. I'm interested in it. Then we kind of just got the attack. There's a bunch of other versions of Batman, which I'm okay with. Like, I understand why you're doing like, oh, here's the chemo version of Batman. You know, here's the Grim Knight. Here's like this like Aquaman version of Batman. I get why you're doing all those. I kind of like the ones more that are like original characters. Like, oh, here's Martha Wayne inside a big mech suit. Here's the daughter of Wonder Woman and Batman. Those are a lot cooler to me than just the ones that are ripoffs, like the Entrigan one. I don't care. Like, I like the ones that are just kind of different. So we're having our fight. The heroes are kind of winning there, and Jonah Hex gets killed, obviously, because he's dead. So, you know, there's a nice moment with him getting that there. I just liked seeing Jonah Hex in this book. I think that's pretty fun. So it was cool seeing him. And we just get another like kind of moment. There's some narration going on actually throughout the whole book, talking about like crises and stuff and what a crisis means and how it's like the end of all things. We'll come back to that at the end here. I just wanted to mention that just because it ties into a big character that's revealed. So just kind of, I guess, through like the power of everything going on in the Castle Bat, our Trinity is sent throughout time to different crises that have happened. And it's not just, you know, it's not like your small crises. They're the big crises. Every crisis that happened, that's the big one. We go to Crisis on Infinite Earths, we go to Infinite Crisis, and we go to Final Crisis. I can't remember. Okay, Wonder Woman goes to Infinite Crisis. I think Batman goes to Final Crisis, and Superman goes to Crisis on Infinite Earths. Superman and Batman might be mixed up. I cannot remember. But these are versions of the crisis where the Batman Who Laughs. Actually, now they're calling him the One Who Laughs for some reason, just because now it's not a Batman character. I don't know. That's okay, too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But now it's just like, okay, we're in these places. This is an alternate version of those worlds where the right outcome happened, you know, where it wasn't this like grandiose thing where the heroes won in the end. These are versions where the heroes lost, and now these characters are powerful. A different type of anti-monitor, a different type of dark side. And who makes his triumphant return? The one that we've seen him in the promotional pictures for the upcoming issues, but it's kind of just like, yeah, he's here. You'll love him. You love him. You guys love Superboy Prime. I love Superboy Prime so much because he's just one of those characters in comic books that I'm like, how would I ever explain Superboy Prime to someone who's never read a comic book in their life? Everything about his character, I'm just like, okay, so he's this version of Superboy from this Earth, but he somehow manages to break through reality here and becomes an ultimate villain here, and he might be related to this character, and he might be related to that. How do you explain Superboy Prime to somebody who's never read a comic book? I think that's pretty cool. And on that note, too, I will tell you guys, I'm working on a series of videos that will relate to just that. How do you explain a character who's very complex to somebody who's never read a comic book in their life? So that could be something to look out for on this channel in the future. So Superboy Prime's back, and that's going to be pretty fun. I like him. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. He might be the key to breaking reality and doing something different, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. I like this book a lot. This is Trinity Crisis. It's pretty fun. I'm going to give this issue a 7 out of 10. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.